All right, we're about to be live.
Awesome. Happy Women's History Month.
And let's go.
Audio Jungle.
All right, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review, where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. So what we're going to do right now is click on our intro video. That way you can like, share, and comment. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
Not guilty.
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we're back once again. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review, where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. So shout out to the staff of Mott Branch Library, Kevin, Andrea, Olivia, Teresa, and everybody else that I might have missed. They always roll out the red, black, and green carpet for us. Let's go ahead and get into some intros. We've got a dynamite guest today. And so who am I? I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, also an active and registered member of the Nation of Islam here in Toledo. And I think that next month, Jody, will be my 34 years in the Nation of Islam. I remember visiting the mosque in 1991. I think it was April. Visited the mosque here in Toledo. What am I wearing today? I got on kind of a unique pink and white kind of shirt. I guess it's pink and white or maroon. A white hat. I've got my optical glasses by Twix in between. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter, Injustice or Else. And we're doing this for the protest community and the activist culture, where we create our own platform where we can promote the things that we want to promote, interview the people that we want to interview, and keep this positiveness going, as well as the revolutionary spirit. I think that does it for me. I'm going to throw it to you for your intro, and then we'll get into our mission statement and guiding principles.
All righty. What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization. And if you couldn't get that description, he looks like he's about to go on a golfing course right now.
Yeah.
For those of you out there that can't see us, and the reason why we do this is because we don't want you to believe this is not green screen behind us. There's no added, boosted, or anything behind us. It's us here, the guests that come in, our community that supports us, and me, the reason why you always see the show, and people always ask me, like, you can't be running a real radio show. You ain't even looking at the camera. I'm doing my job as a producer, making sure it gets out to about 400 or 500 accounts, and going online and saying hello to people and checking and tracking messages. And then when our guests come on, I get behind the camera. So even though people are like, hey, you run that radio show and stuff, I'm like, I'm the co-host, and I'm not the one that actually interviews people. It's Brother Washington. I got my segments, he's got his, and then we got our guests, which makes this beautiful and unique.
That's right.
We're not trendy, toxic, or a topic type of show. We invite you and introduce you into a community member's lives. The 15 to 20 minutes that they want to share with you about what they're actually doing. We're not talking about politics. We might give a jab or two here and there.
Yeah, they deserve it too.
There's enough news shows and podcasts about that. We're not telling you about any conspiracies that we have. There's enough newscast and podcast about that. And we're not actually here to elevate or amp ourselves. We're here for the guest. So I think that dynamic is something that's very special we have in these Tuesday meetings that we get with you. But I am a big brown bear of a man that's covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and artifacts from doing this for the past 11 years. Longer with us and stuff, but I just celebrated my 11-year anniversary on stage yesterday for the first time in peace and quiet. I wasn't partying, I wasn't performing, I wasn't out celebrating with people who I might not see 10 years from now.
That's right.
I was smelling the roses, as it says, because next month is National Poetry Month and the season for vendors and entrepreneurs and grifters and artists to get out there and show the economy what we really can do. I hope you haven't been watching the news or distracted too much from your own creations, but I'm wearing my brand hat and this double-breasted shirt that a friend got me. So I don't get artist fatigue. If you ever saw me a year ago or a year before, it is interesting when you do so much stuff and you got to think about what you're wearing. It takes a load off you. So
Yeah.
I've gone the Eminem or artist formerly known as just to kind of keep the same vibe. The shirts that I wear are always my community. This one is an arts museum shirt and stuff like that for an exhibit we had. The Cursed is going on right now in the Glass Pavilion. And as someone who did make the town hall, I want to tell you, try and be there before April 19th. A lot of changes are coming if you could check the website and stuff like that. But how do you get to this point? How do you be able to consume everything that goes on in the world for the past 11 years and still stay sane? How do you still continue to organize with people who you see daily on the news and stuff that you're a drop in a vast ocean that might not change nothing, but I'm going to save this starfish. I'm going to save this fish that I can today. So we have a mission statement.
And we have our guiding principles.
That keeps us grounded, the walls of our foundation, so that whenever I'm feeling off or Brother Washington is feeling off, it can be passed down to future generations. And again, we invite our guests to come in. I do miss how we started out as we evolved from community meetings like SNCC and the NAACP and stuff like that, where it was more communal, to now we talk to you. And this is how we talk to you. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, provoked, attacked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, police accountability goes without consequence. Police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of civil disobedience, event disruption, citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
All right, and hopefully later on we'll have our Black Lives Matter moments. I got one that I wanted to talk about, and it was something that happened right on this property, sort of, kind of. But let's get into our guiding principles. I think maybe back in 2015, we came into what we call our guiding principles. And that's how we keep things, together, meaning that there's a lot of us and different ideas, different values, and, but we're all doing the same thing. These are the CSRN guiding principles. All Black lives matter, queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently able Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe.
Ashe.
And Ashe means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe.
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe?
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe?
Ashe.
Principal struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by using direct and loving communication. Ashe?
Ashe.
Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe?
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe?
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe?
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe?
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe.
Ashe.
I guess since we have a couple of minutes until, we go to commercial and bring our guests, I wanted to mention what I would call a Black Lives Matter moment. What year was it that we had Juneteenth right here at the Ma Branch Library?
That was 2020. That might have been 2019, because 2020 is the year we did the online Black Lives Matter boxes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So this was the outside, like one of the last outside events. So that would have been 2019 Juneteenth.
And I think it was important because I think we organized with Brothers and Sisters United.
Yep, a whole bunch of people.
It was the Qs, the fraternity. Of course, Mott Branch Library, and so many people came out, and we had, just so much stuff, that was done on these premises that CSRN spearheaded. And I think that those types of things people still talk about today, that you don't have to wait for somebody else to organize it. I think we got a U-Haul truck. We went to get
air
a stage. Air fryers. We were giving out stuff. We gave out some bikes.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of vendors, and we filled up that park over there with people and music and everything that the whole day is supposed to be celebrating our community.
Right. And as you see, we've got our other camera going so that you can see some of the behind-the-scenes work. And Jody really is doing what he says he's doing because nobody's paying us for this. We promoted ourselves. That way we could say whatever we feel we want to say, and, it's all ours. So what I'm going to do now, Jody, did you want to come back for your Black Lives Matter moment, or did you want to process that right now?
And I will piggyback on yours with the very first one, which we had down the street at the Frederick Douglass Center, one of the events in that very first year that really inspired us to start doing stuff. Because actually how we started was just a group of people that were walking in this one march that was going to like Franklin Park Mall, and we kept meeting, and then we started demonstrating over by Channel 11, and I believe the Juneteenth, we had Black Lives Matter Day.
Right.
So it wasn't Juneteenth. Our very first big event in opposition of the KKK, being ceremonially invited, paying $1 million for their security and stuff, was to have our own event. Because the last time they came, they had kind of started a riot in the North End.
Right.
And we wanted to mitigate that, and we were still very green. Even me, if you go back to them days, I was hiding from cameras, so you get like one or two photos of me. I've changed and kind of done some stuff, but that would be my moment when we solidified as a group not to do a demonstration or die in or go piss somebody off. We were there for the community, which a lot of organizations are just now beginning to do almost 11 years later.
Yeah,
it's like throwing stuff for the community without trying to get a paycheck.
Right. So, hey, let's take a short break, and we'll either come back with our guests or we'll come back with some community shout-outs and solutions. We got a couple of good articles from this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. So join us. We will be right back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We will be right back.
Yep.
All right, we are back, man. I'm always catching us right in the space of we're almost ready. Hey, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And before we left, we were talking about our Black Lives Matter moments. And for us being a part of this thing for 12 years, there's a lot of moments that we have that stand out because what we're doing is grassroots work, direct action work, and we're still here. All right. We haven't gone anywhere. We're still organizing. We're still planning. We're still collaborating with people. Hey, before I get into what we call our community shout outs and solutions, we were talking about collaborating, and I want to kind of bring in this a little bit ahead. This is an organization at the Monroe Street Church that for the past 6 years, they have this program where we recite Dr. King's message regarding the Vietnam War. And there may be 50 of us that participate in it, along with 50, organizations, and everyone takes a piece of this speech and we present it, to the audience that's there. And CSRN has been involved from day one. I want everybody to come out and check this out. It's April 19th, 2026. It's 3 p.m. There's a youth art show that starts at 2:30. The program officially starts at 3. Wraps up maybe around 4, a little bit after 4, and we'll have a lot of community organizations and their tables set up. We're going to have a table, CSRN will have a table, and a lot of the other organizations will have a table too. And we just want to invite everyone out because this is probably one of the best demonstrations of diversity. I think that most of us saw the city of Toledo had that post where how diverse we are, and there was nothing but white people there.
Right, and then they had to double back.
And put something with Victor Coleman and some others on there.
Well, I know it was Venice, Tiffany, our former councilwoman, and then I think one other guy that kind of rounded out the real diversity.
Yeah,
and they backtracked.
Right.
It was noticed immediately. I got offline. I came back the next day. I was like, oh. So, yeah, stuff like that actually works. When you see our civil servants doing stuff they shouldn't be, call them out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they're for. And if you think that we're just supposed to vote for people locally and then expect them to do it, no, we still have to have some follow-up. You still have to make some phone calls. You still have to write some letters. You still have to write some emails, send some text messages, and then show up at the city council meetings too.
Yep.
And if there's some space where you can give them a compliment or voice your displeasure, do it. That's the only way we're going to hold everyone accountable. So once again, I really want everyone to show up for this. It's our time to break the silence every year. I wonder, I see the flyer right here, but I don't see my picture in it. All right. But that's okay. That's all right. I'm going to let them, I'm going to let them go. I'm going to let them go right there.
But we'll probably have a table there, be vending or something like that too. I know. So you're speaking?
Yep. You're speaking also.
Yeah, I'm speaking also. So it should be interesting. We actually did this a few years ago, and it was downtown at the church that's right there where the old bus stops were, across from one government center. So I look forward to coming back and reprising my part.
All right. One of the things that we want to do right now is this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. Let me see if I could find this week's edition. Did I even save it? Well, this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper is regarding our international representative, Brother Akbar Muhammad. He had recently had passed, and I wanted to read this article right here concerning that. And let me put his picture back up there again. That this is definitely really important for Black people because, Jody, most times, whenever the government destroyed one of our organizations, it never came back.
That is true.
Or if the leader of that organization is no longer on the scene, then the whole thing plummets and kaputs in, and you don't hear about it anymore.
I've seen many grassroots fail when something happens to their leader or they can't facilitate like they used to. The organization finds a hard time keeping up. That's why we have our Bible Bible to pass down to future generations that may not have all the connections or know the people or built up the reputation with their community like we have.
Right. So this article right here, this is the front page of this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. And on the front page, we have Minister Abdul Akbar Muhammad, a recording angel. He was a historian. He was able to represent the Nation of Islam internationally. So nearly wherever you go around the world, you will know about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam now. All right. We're not doing a Black History Month where we talk about what used to be. We're still doing it. We're still doing it now. So for quite a few years, Brother Minister Abdul Akbar Muhammad had been the international representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, and his task was to create some friendships internationally for us. So if ever we needed to go to Ghana, if ever we needed to go to nearly anywhere, we'd always have friends, and that was his sole purpose on being that ambassador for what we do. And I feel like I'm the I don't know. I know that we don't have anything called an ambassador locally, but I always like to position myself as somebody that represents the Nation of Islam here in Toledo. You know me, you know what I'm about, and I'm not hard to find. So this is what's presented in this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper regarding Brother Abdul Akbar Muhammad. It says, the world has lost a giant among giants with the passing of Minister Abdul Akbar Muhammad, the international representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. It says that a great tree has fallen, as the African proverb says, with the passing of a man who has given more than 6 decades dedicated to the service of the struggle and rise of his people. Minister Akbar, affectionately known as Brother Akbar, passed away March 17th after a lengthy illness. He was 83 years old. So make sure you get this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. And within this edition of the Final Call newspaper, not only we have the article regarding the passing of Brother Minister Abdul Muhammad, and he's a faithful companion and a life of service. So that's 60 years. That's, man, I was going to say, that's not older than I am, I was going to say. But anyway, I'm not going to joke around right now, I'll joke later. But 6 years of service, standing up for our people, not only here in the States, but also internationally, too. So pick up this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. And I think I've got another article, and then we'll take a short break and come back with some community shout-outs and solutions, and we'll list some of the events that are going on in Toledo that we think that you need to know about.
Yep.
Also in this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper is talking about the African countries that must work together to navigate the shockwaves of the U.S.-Israel war on Iran. And family, this is affecting everyone. You know, sometimes people say, well, this doesn't have anything to do with me. Well, if you go to the gas pump right now, yes, it has something, you know, to do with you.
And soon enough, the grocery stores and all of our other commodities.
Right, and soon enough, the grocery store and so many other things. And this is from the Final Call newspaper. It says the U.S. and Israel launched an unprecedented, unprovoked joint military operation against Iran on February 28th during the holy month of Ramadan. Several media outlets, including the South Africa-based The Debrief Network.com. It says that we have noted that the war with its escalation hostilities in the Middle East is now sending shockwaves traveling through oil markets, shipping corridors, fragile security environments, and financial systems that directly connect to Africa. And that's what you said. Pretty soon we're going to find a lot of things that is going to be affected. It goes on to say, with rising global oil prices triggered by Iran's closing of the Strait of Hormuz, the increasing economic pressures have reverberated across the African continent, where most countries rely heavily on imported petroleum products. And lastly, I'll add this. African countries rank near the front of the line in terms of reliance on fertilizer imports from the Middle East. A March report by the UN's Trade and Development Agency notes that 54% of the Sudan's fertilizer arrives that way. The figures in Somalia and Kenya are 30 to 26 respectively. So, family, let's stay on, stay on point and stay up to date. And if you can, here in the States, if you can put something aside, like a survival kit, if you can start preparing some things for yourself so that if something happens, like during the pandemic,
yep,
everybody went to the store and bought all the toilet paper. I don't know why people decided, of all things, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, the conspiracy theories and stuff like that is going to get more, because it's not just oil. I mean, I know bigger corporations, but that trickle-down effect, just like with the tariffs and everything like that, is going to affect you, because it's going to cost more to ship these things, and CEOs are not going to eat that. Mm-hmm. We are, as we have been for the last year. It's just going to get worse, because now we have I talked to people that were in charge, and then I saw last night they came back like he didn't talk to nobody. So we don't really know as people where we're at or where we're going, even if it stopped today.
That's right.
We would still have, because this stuff doesn't just happen, like it's not a light switch. That's still going to be recurring for months and months. So say it does somehow peace talks happen next month. We are still going to feel it in June and July and the rest of the summer, because that has to get back to normalization.
Right.
CEOs and stuff are not just going to let those millions slip out of their hand.
That's right. That's right. So, all right. So we wanted to get into our community shout outs and solutions. Let me go ahead and get started. I wanted to talk about something that's happening this weekend. Muhammad's Mosque number 91, that's the local Nation of Islam. For the past, I guess, every month, we try to put together a community outreach. And right at the end of Ramadan, we went into the community and donated some dinners. I think we did go to Moody Manor, which they always receive as well. And this is the Toledo MGT and GCC. This is How to Eat to Live and How to Cook Navy Bean Soup Workshop. It says that, did you know that the Navy bean is a real superfood rich in vitamins and minerals and promotes wellness? It says, join us for this hands-on workshop that teaches you how to cook the nutritious Navy bean soup from scratch, promoting healthy eating and using affordable, accessible ingredients on a budget. So we'll be making a pot of delicious bean soup, receive complimentary recipes, and enjoy a bonus treat. Oh, they're going to have some bean pie there. All right. So I guess apparently I'm showing up for that. All right. So that's Saturday. You got to RSVP. Do that today because I think that they're filling up. And it'd be best if you RSVP now. So what we're going to do right now, Jody, let's take a short break. We're going to come back with our community shout-outs and solutions.
Guest.
Oh, yeah, so but give me a second. That way we can do some really good transitioning, all right? This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
Canal.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets. Bates, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
Are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And once again, big shout out to Mott Branch Library, Kevin, who is the branch manager, Andrea, Olivia, Teresa, and so many of the others that make the Mott Branch Library what it is. All right, family. A CSRN tradition is whenever we have a guest, well, you kind of family, all right?
Yeah, I'm not a guest.
All right. Well,
I've been here before. I've been here about 3 times. Jody, when you guys were at the Padua Center, Jody invited me a couple times because he was in my show. He was in a lot. He started in my show with his business when he first started.
Oh,
the Indiana.
I did not know that.
Indiana Missionary Baptist Church. That's the first vendor show that he did when he started his business.
Okay.
With the stones and the artwork. I bought a lot of artwork from Jody. He gave me some artwork. I got 3 books. I got the title of the books, and he's got more books and more stones. So he started when he was one of the first vendors at Indiana Missionary Baptist Church.
All right. So one of the things that we do, we always ask, who are you? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today? So who are you? What are you wearing?
What am I wearing?
And what are we talking about?
I got a lot of logos on.
Okay, all right.
I got a lot of logos on. Who am I? I am Donetta Carter. I have a company called the Social Butterfly, and people call me the Social Butterfly as well. That's an LLC business that started in 2012 at my church, Indiana Missionary Baptist Church. The late Johnny Roberts believed in my vision doing
That's
a business
right.
and health expo. So what I do, provide platforms for small business owners that start up businesses, also nonprofit organizations, so far as like mental health, community resources like fair housing, anything got to do with community base.
All right. So for everybody, we see your page. All right. We always scan your page. How did this thing come about? Because this is the 15th year, so it's not like this is your first year or second or
I could do this with my eyes closed.
Oh man! So how did the idea come about that you can actually have a business in health fair
together? Well, what I was thinking when I thought of this in 2012, I said, how can we get more exposure to small businesses in the local community in Lucas County and surrounding areas? So how about provide a platform for everybody can come together like a melting pot, like a diverse group of people, because you have all races and cultures, all ages. You have like a melting pot. So so I wrote my plan down. I wrote a plan for myself and presented the plan to myself to see, can we implement this plan? How will this plan work? How will we get the people there? But my expertise is marketing and promoting. So I can get the people there.
All right.
You have to sell your product or tell them what your service is. It's not my job to. And then I asked the vendors, why don't you invite people? They said, no, you invite thousands of people. but I don't know the same people you know.
That's right.
So if
That's
you,
right. I never thought of that.
even though my website, my webmaster, Mr. Felix Fowler, does my website, he put on there, please invite 10 people. Did it say that on there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we want to have, I never want to ever do a show to have all these small businesses, nonprofits, food trucks here and no people, but we have lots of people. Like in December, I had one December 5th, it was a Christmas bazaar. Some people told me, Donetta, we had to wait till people pull out of the parking lot so we can pull in.
That's right.
I didn't know it was that packed out there because I never went outside. So
Right.
one lady said, I left and came back. So
wow.
I said, well, she said, you promoted it well. And some people tell me this, I don't toot my own horn. They say you promote very well. Because I do it, newspaper, 3,000 flyers, street
Right.
team pass out flyers. I give
Right.
them the location, pay them or give them a letter grade to where to go to pass out the flyers. I go on podcasts like yourself, go on different, can I say stations?
Yeah,
Television,
absolutely.
WTOL. It's called Good Day. I'll be on there next week sometime, me and one of the small business owners, and I go sometimes on, it's called 13 ABC, 9 at 9. I've been on Proclaim. So what I do, because everybody's not on social media, you got 95% of people on social media, but where's the other 5%? So they can either wear a billboard, newspaper.
That's right. And people still listen to the radio too.
Yeah,
the
it's-
regular radio. All right.
I just talked to a television station called WLMB Channel 40. So they will be there in person, and they're gonna they're advertising now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So she said we will be there to show up for you, and they said we're excited about what you're doing. This year what's different is Metro Parks of Toledo. They're gonna bring the climbing wall for the children.
All right, so we just put it up on we're streaming live.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
We're streaming live.
Okay.
And we put it up, and
Thank you.
it's the Social Butterfly Presents.
The 15th annual.
Right, business and health. All right, how did business and health come together? Because sometimes you just see those apart.
Yeah, I figured to put them together to have health and wellness, like the screenings that I do. Mercy was helping me with them for many years, Mercy Health. This year it'll be UTMC. They're complimentary screenings to check your glucose level, your cholesterol, your blood pressure. And one of my events, a couple of my events, I had some older gentleman got his blood pressure checked.
Okay.
His blood pressure was so high, they came and got me because I was the organizer of it. They said he needs to go straight to
emergency
St.
room.
V's.
Oh, wow.
I was at Indiana, and then one at
Oh,
St.
wow.
Clemens. That happened to me at St. Clemens. They said he hasn't seen a doctor in 10 years.
I mean, see,
But they do have neighborhood health properties,
Yeah.
clinics. They have clinics in Toledo. Matter of fact, they gave me some resources at my show there, and I gave it to him. I said, are you driving? Should we call an ambulance? Your blood pressure is high. But if you haven't seen, he's a male, he said he hasn't seen a doctor in over 10 years. He didn't know he had blood pressure. They said he could have a stroke.
Right.
So the nurses from, two of them have retired since then, because that was a while. She said he needs to go straight to, he had someone with him, I believe. They drove him to St. V's or urgent care.
Well, I think
So that saved your life. So
yeah, and that's a reoccurring thing with some of us men. Not all of us, but enough of us think that, what you don't know won't hurt you.
yes.
And
yes.
I'm glad that you have the Business and Health Expo.
Health and wellness, yeah.
Right, that it's together so that everyone can, benefit from that. All right, we also saw something different on your flyer. It says new location,
Yes.
Epworth United Methodist Church. That's right across the street from what is this? Is this
Wildwood.
Wildwood. Yeah, that's my part. I couldn't even.
Yeah, I
think of the
love
name.
that part. Wildwood Metro Park. Yeah, a new location alert, because people are used to me being at St. Clemens.
Right.
But St. Clemens now is going to be a sports center for pickleball and volleyball or something to that effect.
Okay.
So somebody's going to be there for that. But I was at Indiana first for a couple of years, and then I moved from Indiana Baptist, where I started, where I do attend the church. I moved to St. Clemens because I needed more space.
Right.
So, and then when the COVID came, I had to be outdoors in a parking lot, like at the park or parking lot of a church.
So I'm looking at the sponsors and the people that, hey, we need to get a sponsor 1 year. We need to.
Yeah, you could be a sponsor.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
right, all right.
Because I need to give you, see the sponsors, Metro Parks of Toledo, UTMC, even Mercy Health, even though they're not doing screening, they're giving me things as well. Imagination Station, I like them because they bring stuff for the children, because it's not just for adults, it's for the entire
Right.
family. And then we have also, I have the Sojourner Truth.
And I see the Juice 107.3.
Yes, yeah.
Taylor Automotive and Terry Crosby, who
and
is
Tom Cole too.
Yeah, and Terry Crosby has been kind of somewhat of the ambassador, community
For the
ambassador.
city of Toledo, yes.
Right, and
I started with Terry Crosby
I was going to say
in 2012.
I worked with him too when
Yeah.
he was just getting back. All right,
Yeah.
And now he's a big guy. All right, I see Health Foods by Claudia is going to be there.
Yeah, she gives me $5 gift cards for the first 150 people, and then I give away the Social Butterfly swag bags. I did it at Wayman Palmer, but it's the first 350 people. You can't come at 1 or 2 o'clock. You have to come early to get the
Okay.
bag. It's a free customized recycle bag that you can use for whatever you want to use it for, shopping or whatever. So
Right, and I see the Sojourner's Truth newspaper, Fletcher Word.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always said that Fletcher reports on everyone.
yes, he does.
And
he is
wanted
very
to,
supportive.
We wanted to have a special space on our podcast to interview Fletcher, because he's interviewing everybody.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
When will that take place?
We got to call him up.
Gotta schedule
All right,
it.
we got to
Okay.
call him up and
Okay.
see. And also see, you have Huntington National Bank
Jeremy Griswold. Yep.
and the Lucas County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board.
I'm a board member, board trustee.
All right, so it seemed like you got to.
And I got more too. I have Pastor Carl Mitchell. It's the Truth
Okay.
Network. He has a Truth Network, so he is a sponsor as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, what can people, if they get there from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., what do you think? What should people expect once they get into Epworth United Methodist Church?
So what you expect when you come in is going to be free admission, free parking.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Oh, yeah, free admission. I put it right on here. And I have yard signs too. Muhammad over there on Madison, M. Mark,
Yeah.
the group, I got yard signs. I'm going to put that on. What they can expect is to patronize small businesses, get a massage, get your screening.
Okay.
JoJo's food truck will be there. Taco truck will be there. There'll be 2 food trucks, so there won't be long lines like at the other place. Yeah, we don't want long lines.
Yeah.
So, and then it's going to be a family fun event because you can bring your entire family. It's not just for adults. So people can expect to just have fun, get some resource information from nonprofit organization, from mental health organization, and utilize the resources as well.
And this is the 5th. Did you ever think that
Never.
that this was going to be 15 years in the making?
Never.
So, all right. So, what do you think? Why do you think that it's lasted 15 years?
I think 15. I think the people are excited. They always look. This is the first show I ever done, and then I added on that Christmas bazaar, and then I added fall expos. I used to do 6 shows a year. Now it's 2 shows and 2 fundraisers. I think with the Business and Health Expo, they look forward to it because they're getting information. Some people don't get out too much, but they will come out for this. I think the small businesses, they look forward to it because I have more on our database. I have over 2,000 small businesses, but I can't use all 2,000.
Right.
Because the place is not big enough.
Yeah.
So people look for the small businesses. They really network opportunities for them, and then they have items that they sell, and then people with services like yourself, Humidot for Lima, you have services that you can provide. And people can take advantage of that information.
Okay.
That they didn't. Some people didn't know about it, didn't read up on it, and some people could be lazy and not try to do the research to find out about the information.
All right. Now, I see you brought some things with you.
Yes, I bought.
All right, we've got a camera right there.
Okay, I'm gonna let you see that what I have. I have a young lady. She is originally from Chicago, but she lives in Toledo, and she makes ties, earrings, and purses. And she made these here. Oh, is that camera on?
Yeah.
Yeah, she made these here. These are complimentary to the Social Butterfly. And then she has, I have about 7 or 8 ties. She made this one. Let me see. Yeah, I'm on camera.
We got it. Yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah. Look at that, man.
And these are handmade items here that she makes. She takes her time, and she will be with me on television next week as well.
Okay. I think last year you had the Business and Health Expo at Wayman Palmer.
She was there.
Okay, I
yeah, she was there.
Seeing her booth, and I'm like, "How did you even think of this?" And she's like, "Well,
she is so creative.
Yeah,
she got some new items of different things that's coming, and Toledo's gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag, and I'm gonna let her do that. But she has some new things that she has besides ties. She's very creative. Her name is Dove Stanton, and the name of her business is Gracefully. So I don't know. Somebody told her to contact me. She called me, and she's been in my shows for the last 2 years. And she said, Donetta, I want to tell you, I've done very well in all your shows. She signed up for December show.
Right.
For at Epworth, my show, December 5th. She's already reserved because it's going to be a waiting list.
Yeah.
And so many spots in there because there's an upper level. They have an elevator there, and then there's a lower level. We'll be in both levels. We'll be down in there's a auditorium or basement, and it has a stage, and then they have an upper level when you first come in.
Right. All right. So if you're on Facebook, go to Donetta Carter on the Social Butterfly. Follow her. So whenever she has a new post, or also you allow us to post on your page.
Anybody can post on the page, on that page, and I approve it. As long as it's community-based events and newsworthy, you will never see anything like somebody wanted to put a GoFundMe on there on the Donetta Carter social butterfly page. I would not let them put that on there because I have a page, a nonprofit organization page just for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I do have a page just for nonprofits, but you can't put GoFundMe's on the Social Butterfly Donetta Carter.
Okay.
So anybody can put their stuff on that page.
And also, it's a great page because whenever she posts, like the Business and Health Expo, go ahead. You can save the flyer to your page. You can share it because that's what we do. Whenever you post, whatever you post, we'll post. And once you post, people think that we're just as smart as you are. All right,
I know.
just like that.
Sorry,
all right,
guys.
We've got 2 other things we wanted to ask you. We're big on gratitude. We're big on self-care. What do you
I
do?
turned it off. Hold on one second.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he keeps calling.
Well, because he probably sees us online right now.
Yeah, he does.
They're probably saying, man.
Oh, he wants to know, do I have any booths left? But why call my phone?
No, let's.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's. Okay, so.
Yeah, they can call me. Go to the website, Social Butterfly website, or go to my page, or you can call me at 419-367-9765. He said he's on the CSRN. Oh, he sees us. Okay.
All right, great. So
wow. He called and 2 other people. Oh, we're live. That's why he's. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
we're
much.
Promoting, we are
it.
promoting this.
Oh, my God.
One of the things that we learned is that we don't have to have a committee meeting.
I see.
Whatever we want, we'll do it now. So everybody that's watching this, you see the 15th annual Business and Expo flyer up. You see the phone number.
I see. It's on there. And he called. They're calling.
They're calling, so that's what we want. All right.
Jody over there.
And we want
Jody, stop laughing at me.
We want you to interrupt us by calling right now. And that lets you know the effect that you have on the community.
Jeez.
And for those of us that are part of the activist culture and protest community, this is revolutionary, where we are decentralizing how we network. We don't have to
Yes.
wait for somebody to build a social butterfly platform. We can do it ourselves.
I see.
And then we can charge no cost for people to come and network.
That is
and if
beautiful.
if you have a small business, medium-sized business, or if you're a grassroots like we are, we can get a table there.
Yeah.
People can learn about CSRN. They can see. They can meet Jody in person. All right.
Jody, you better be there.
Right, Maven.
CSRN.
Right, we made. He just found it out today.
Oh, you just found out. Oh, I'm sorry,
how,
Jody.
That's how we. That's what.
I sent you the flyer, Jody.
Yeah, well, hey.
Oh, your birthday. Okay,
Yeah.
I got to make sure I give you a special treat.
All right, so for what we
put
do,
Jody on the spot.
Okay, yeah, that's all he. Hey,
He'll be all right.
Yes, he will. Self-care. What is it that you do, Donetta, at the end of the day or end of the week so that you can rebalance, so that you can get back out there?
So I
again?
can woosah and get my
Yeah.
mind right.
Yeah.
I walk in the park, the metro parks and the city parks. Ottawa, Wildwood is one of my favorite parks. All the parks really, and the one downtown. I love metro parks. And I love concerts. I travel.
Oh, I think everybody knows that. All right. Whenever you get back, you'll post, or you post while you're there.
I went to a game yesterday. I try to treat myself and live my best life. I'm not promised tomorrow. I went to the Pistons and Lakers game yesterday.
That's awesome.
That was a nice game. So I just try to live my best life, treat everybody fairly, and treat people the way you want to be treated. That's what I always say, put God first.
All right.
And anything you do, put God first. But yeah, and I love to read.
Okay.
I love reading books.
I think the next thing that we wanted to ask you, would you be willing to come back another time?
Oh,
and
yes.
Tell us about some of the things that you have coming up.
Oh yeah, I will. I will come back.
Because also, when you're here, our viewership goes
I
up
see
too.
it. My
all right?
phone is ringing.
Yeah.
And it's still ringing.
All right.
I put it on silence.
Okay. Well, and she's
I got
gonna.
7-8 calls because of you.
All right.
It's because of
CSRN.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's live.
Right.
You're live, so they're calling for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
All right. Next, could you give us 3 things that you're grateful for? What would those 3 things
I'm
be?
grateful for God giving me the vision and the niche to do this and the mindset. That's more than 3 things, because I didn't know I started it, but I didn't think I would be here.
Yeah.
2012 to 2026. That's long.
That's long.
So if I didn't enjoy it, I don't think I would be doing it this long. And you got to be a people person, treat everybody the same. No favoritism. If it says set up time between 8:30 and 10, that's when you come. You can't come at 1. We'll see you at the next time, or we may not see you at the next time.
Hey, yeah.
We have rules to follow, and I'm grateful for my family, and especially I'm grateful for Lucas County, surrounding areas for their support, because people in Toledo, I hear them say, Toledo don't support. I beg the difference. They are very, very supportive.
Right.
Look at the sponsorship. Look at the people that come. Look, you were at Wayman Palmer
Right.
last year around this time.
We barely got a space.
It was
We barely-
so many. It was so many.
Yeah.
It was
So
so
no-
many vendors and lots of guests and lots of people taking advantage of the services.
And also, I think about whenever I attended a business and health expo that you did. I think that also when you do something from a good place, people can recognize that this is from a good place, and people will support that.
Right.
Because we're not trying to hustle someone.
Oh, no. None of
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes in our zeal to promote, we could overdo it. And people are like, I don't know, but I just like the way that that your events are planned. I like the way that they're executed. And I
Thank
like
you.
the people create a social butterfly culture. So when you come
Yeah.
there, it's a welcoming space.
Yes,
It's not it's not a competitive thing.
Nobody's competing against
Right.
it. I have about 15 to 20 butterfly volunteers. So they'll be in pink shirts and it says butterfly on it, and they will direct you where to go. For all the vendors, they'll go to door number 7 and there'll be signs. I have greeters. I have people helping me with the registration table, because without a team, a good team, and there's no way one person could do this by themselves. You have to have help. There's no way you can be successful. You're going to have trials and tribulations with any business. One lady told me, "Why do you have it so early at 9?" I think one time I had it at 9 o'clock. But most of the time, most people come early. The early bird gets the worm. So I push it back to 10. One year I had it 11 to 4. But I do 10 to 3 because you have the rest of your day. If you have an event at 6 o'clock or in the evening, if you want to go to dinner with your wife or whatever, you might have something else planned. At least you're not tied up. You're only tied up from 10 to 3. And when the guests that come, they come early and they get what they want and they leave, and then more people come. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for God giving me the vision. And I'm grateful for Lucas County, Toledo, Ohio, for the support, because they don't have the support. I'm just the organizer of it.
Yeah.
Get the people, promote it, market, get the venue, secure everything. So I'm just the one that does everything in writing. Then I don't want to get the praise for that, but I'm just saying I'm the organizer of it. The people are the vendors and the nonprofit that you make the expo.
That's correct.
Expo.
That's correct.
Like the church, it's church with a name on it, but the church, that's just a name. The people make the church in the pews.
Okay. All right.
I'm not preaching.
All right. I said, we should be writing this down. All right.
You writing that down, Jody? Jody over there taking pictures.
And it's, I look forward to have you come back, and look forward to us seeing you. And what date is that again, Jody? It is
April 4th.
April 4th.
He said his birthday, April 3rd.
Okay.
Jody, how old you be? 49? Or 43?
Okay, come on. Oh, man. All right. You're gonna get me fired from Jody. All right. Hey, we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna come back with our community shout outs and concerns. Thank you, Donetta,
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
This is awesome.
I love it. I love it. And we do have food trucks too. JoJo's food truck. If you know JoJo's food trucks.
Yeah, we know JoJo.
Okay.
All right. Hey, this is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Elgic channel. In our last video, we learned how to properly clean our TV for that perfect movie night. In case you missed it, you can check it out by clicking the link below. But what's a TV without its remote control? It's the accessory that gets handled the most and collects a lot of germs, dust, and grime. So today, we're giving it a proper clean to keep it fresh and ready for use. And the best part is that these same steps can also be used for streaming sticks, gaming controllers, and even household appliance remotes. Now, let's get it clean. To clean your remote, all you need are household items. You'll need a microfiber cloth, a small brush or toothbrush, a toothpick, rubbing alcohol or bleach-free disinfecting wipes, and a cotton swab. Now, to clean our remote, first remove the batteries. Then, tap the back to shake out loose debris. Use a toothbrush and toothpick to remove crumbs and dirt between the buttons. Next, for an initial wipe, dampen your microfiber cloth with alcohol or use disinfecting wipes to wipe down the front, back, and side of the remote. Remember, never spray liquid directly on any controller. To ensure the areas around the buttons are disinfected, dip a cotton swab in alcohol, squeeze out the excess, and wipe the nooks and crannies around the buttons. Then, do a final wipe down. Lastly, allow the remote to air dry before reinstalling the batteries. And there you have it, a fresh and disinfected remote control. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. You can click the link in the description box below for our other tutorials. And don't forget, cleaning is a family affair. See you next time, and as always, let's get it clean.
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And big shout out to Donetta Carter, the social butterfly. She was here to talk about the 15th annual Business and Health Expo. That's happening on April 4th at Epworth United Methodist Church, right across the street from Wildwood Metro Park. That's my park. 10 to 3. No cost to attend. Just come in, check out some of the vendors, get some information. That's where I collect all my new pens, all right? Because somebody has a booth with a whole bunch of pens. All right, Jody, as we close out, we're going to do our community shout-outs and solutions. What are some of the things that you've seen going on in the community that you think people need to know or that we can promote?
Well, since our last show, there have been quite a few things going on in the community. We shall start with Thursday, or actually Wednesday. There was the Poetry and Soul Sessions with Kay Renee, which we had two awesome features come up there and perform. We had Shelby Faulkner from Toledo, also known as Poetess, and Dear Stevie, a poet that I met last year when we did it from Columbus. And we had a beautiful crowd and everything, so much so that we did not get through half of the open mic list. And for anybody that goes to open mics or shows, that is a well-packed show when you can't get everybody up on the list because there are so many people trying to get out there. So hopefully next month when the features are announced and stuff, make sure to sign up early because that's the only way now to guarantee that you'll be able to perform. I know very well this is, I think, my first time not being able to make the open mic because there were so many people. I think we had like 25, 30 people on the open mic list. So, and K Renee is a very precise time. If we say we're going to end at 10, we end at 10. So when the sign-up sheet goes for you to register and everything, let her know so you'll be one of the first people to make sure that you get into that open mic position and possibly a feature in the next open mic. Also, Thursday, March 19th, there was studio sessions with Lethal, and that is at 4062 Monroe Street. Following that, the last event I was able to make before I just took a little break and hiatus and recalibrated because I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up starting next month and everything, but there was the Toledo Museum of Art Town Hall. Which if you go on the website now, you'll see some big things are changing, some things that I can say that, again, are on the website, but I got to talk to Adam, not the singer, as people say he always says, but It was very interesting learning the history of the art museum, why he's the director now, knowing his history of leaving and coming back, and how much knowledge he has on the acquisition and all the statements and stuff. Just hearing this is my first time, I think, hearing one of the director's speeches that he gives and talking about what's going on. And I have the information up on my page, but just to kind of let people know, as most people know, that I work there as one of the chefs, but coming April 19th, the rest of the galleries are going to be closing to the public because we are undergoing one of the largest restoration transformation things in the history of the library. A lot of museums are doing it, like the Met and other places, the Institute, which we all beat. Just love Toledo love right there. We did beat out every other art museum, including the Met and the everywhere else for the best free and best art museum in the country. But unfortunately, we are going to be closing in the main building. The Glass Museum will remain open.
Okay.
And for employees and stuff, we also learned that June 9th is going to be our last day in this glorious building. So preparing for that and upcoming where we might move on and stuff, because projected is now Thanksgiving 2027, where it's not going to be a partial or anything like we have been closing the galleries. It's going to be one big grand opening in a year and a half. I say that for the employees like me that kind of feel that year and a half, but at least it's not like, hey, tomorrow your key cards don't work. So, it could be worse, but it's also going to bring so many people in. Again, if you go to my page, you'll see some of the design layouts. I didn't share everything because go to the website or come to a town hall meeting to see all the rest of that. Moving forward, we had a new organization with the Brotherhood Circle. There was a meetup Saturday, March 21st. The event was by Bradley, and it was at Jamai Cafe, 1300 Jefferson. So hopefully I'll be able to make the next one again. I'm learning to be a lot more patient with things about myself. But Saturday, March 21st, there was the Ohio Voices, a poetic history. It was a virtual event put on by the Ohio Poetry Association for World Poetry Day, which was March 21st. On the 21st also, there was the Old West End Volunteer Kickoff sign up. So if you want to be in the Old West End Festival and help out or be a part of the parade, that is going on. Also on that day, there was the Connected Spring Equinox event and the Healing Poetry event, both at the same location, 415 North Michigan, and that was done by C. Crystals. You can find her online and on Instagram. She has a wonderful studio with crystals and programming and stuff coming up that's literally a block away from the main library downtown, right across from the courthouse.
Oh, really?
Yep. So hopefully you get her in on this show, and she's been doing a lot of stuff, trying to set up vendors and stuff. I know she was at the mall helping out with vendors and stuff a couple weeks ago. Moving forward from there, though, Sunday, March 22nd, there was the Blueprint Experience, the ultimate book launch at the Legacy Room, and that was a friend of mine, Meek Millie or Samoka. I'm probably saying that wrong, but Alexander. And you might have seen her on The Blade and some other news channels. This was her very first book, and it was at 4400 Heather Downs Boulevard. She's actually still posting on her page, but make sure to check out her stuff. She is on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. Hopefully I'll be able to make the next book signing, but shout out to all of the local authors and stuff like that that are now publishing books. I believe there are, from my last count, was 8 in the city, and that was some stuff that you might have missed. And this is some stuff that is going on this week until our next radio show that I do have on my lovely thing to talk about. So tomorrow, there is the, hold on 1 second, let me make sure this is right. Don't want to give out wrong information. Yep. Okay, so tomorrow we have the Front Porch Forum at the Delta Hotels. It is an event by Dr. Brittany Jones. She's hosting something at the Delta Hotels, 3100 Glendale. It is Where Neighborhoods Meet, Ideas Grow. So Wednesday, March 25th. And I'm not sure if there is a pre-sign up or anything like that, but you can go on Facebook and look at the event. There's questions and answers and getting a chance to talk with her. Also, this Thursday at 6 p.m., there's Exploring Our Faiths, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This is in Perrysburg, an event going on with them. This Friday is Cy Smith in concert at 1401 Adams. So if you're into concerts and everything, that is put on by the Toledo Portal of Arts and the Toledo School of Arts. So 1401 Adams. If you haven't got your tickets, there might be some available. Also this Saturday, there is the Great Black Swamp Festival of Races, and this is going to be at Fallen Timbers. Races with Bob Hewson Memorial 10K. And then tonight there is the TRL open mic, and this one is going to be at the Black Kite. For anybody that doesn't know, Toledo Listening Room is the organization, and they bounce between Toledo Handmade and the Black Kite Coffee Shop. That's right there on Collingwood, and that's going on actually right now. It's from 5:30 to 9 p.m. Also, there's one going on right now that I'll be headed to after the show, because next week I'll be featuring, and today two of my friends are featuring, and that is at the Link. So if you can make your way out to the Link, there's stuff on my page. This is an every Tuesday event at the Link. So again, next week I'll feature it. So I'll have books and stuff. This week is just going to be my voice and stuff like that. And tomorrow, as Donetta was talking about, there's a lot of organizations and everything, and there is going to be, I'm looking for the post right now, the Black Wall Street Media and Business Summit. This is tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Entrepreneurs Club, 222 Facet Street. And this is where a chance you get to talk and meet with other business investors and developers and city officials and stuff like that. So spring is here. Summer is on the way, but this is the time where you get out, make those networking things. Always think 3 months advance as far as business and where your schedule is going to be. There's many times where I overbook stuff or underbook stuff, and this gives you a chance to meet those people before we're all super busy and to be like, hey, let me call you back because I got stuff to do. So try and be out. I look forward to seeing your faces tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m. If you got anything going on, that will be the place to do it.
All right, and one more reminder. Let me get that community updates in. One more reminder before we get into 5 minutes of heat. Just a reminder of the Navy bean soup seminar or workshop, how to cook Navy bean soup. That's going to be this Saturday at the EB Center. That's 1806 Madison, 4 p.m. RSVP so that they'll know if they have enough spaces, because they're filling up. And also make sure you pick up this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. Man, when we talk about 5 minutes of heat, that's how we close things out. And make sure that if you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, listen to us on Spotify, follow us on and subscribe to us on YouTube. If you like what we do and you want to support us, you can support us via Cash App. That's the cash tag CSRN Toledo 419, or PayPal is CSRN 419. We still have a few Black Lives Matter signs. Somebody pulled up to us in the parking lot as we were unloading today to pick up a sign. And we still have some of the defund the police signs, Toledo Police. After you saw that one police officer shoplifted, I guess, some oranges or whatever at Walmart or Kroger, and the other guy was drinking and driving, guess who gets fired?
I think I randomly saw something
so
about
make
that while I was doom
right. So
scrolling.
make that make sense, and you can show your displeasure in the uneven-handed justice of the Toledo Police, how they deal with their own, by getting yourself a defund the Toledo Police sign. Inboxes, we'll bring it out to you. All right. So how do we close out? We close out with something that's called 5 Minutes of Heat, where we use creative expression. 5 Minutes of Heat comes from a classic hip-hop song called 5 Minutes of Funk. And what we do at CSRN, we take black culture and remix it. So we have 5 Minutes of Heat. For the last 11 years, Jody has been our resident 5 Minutes of Heat spokesperson. Jody, what do you have for us today?
So this is Women's History Month, and we started out with the piece about my mom. We have one more week of Women's History Month, which is next week, and I will give you guys a new piece. But since the last 2 episodes have been newer pieces that I'll actually be starting to perform as I feature again at different places, this one I'm going to do in honor of her again. It is the follow-up to Mom, a little happier in a way. And also thank you for everybody that sent me celebrations on my 11-year anniversary and the hosting anniversary to come April 1st and my birthday, April 3rd, because I will be back before then. So next episode, I'll be back to pontificate about how awesome it is being independent for 11 years and not getting caught in scandals. And anyway, this piece is called This Year. So let's begin. Peace. This year, I don't have to heal. This year, I don't have to perform. This year, I don't have to write something new. This year, I don't have to create an elaborate illustration for me to remember you by. This year, my therapy, yes, therapy, is knowing that I've made you proud. This year, I'm not reliving the trauma of knowing you're not here. This year, I become the ancestor, yes, the ancestor that broke our family's generational curses. This year is 20 years later. It's actually 24. This year took a lot of unpacking, unwanted things I never wanted to talk about. This year, I will smile. This year, I will cry tears of joy in honor of all that you poured into me. This year, I will not shrink away when someone talks about their happy family. This year, I will not regret the things we did not have time to say. This year, I will remind myself that I am an embodiment of you and carry on all the dreams you never got to make reality. This year, I will smile. Love you, Mom. Lily Lynn Summers. In peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. All right. So is this our last week?
Next week.
Next week is our last week of Women's History Month.
Yep.
Man, I'm trying to think, who do we have? Well, you'll figure out who we have next week.
We'll figure it out.
You'll know when we know, because we don't know.
Same bat time, same bat station.
And as always, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else?
Yay, yay.
Peace.